What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with another episode of Facemask Fantasy. Before I begin, just want to let everybody know our 2021 Redraft Draft Plan is available for this final week leading up to the start of the regular season. You can go to our page, facemaskpod.com. You'll enter your email address and you will get a downloadable link to the plan, which is 100% free. I've got player breakdowns, positional breakdowns by tier, guys I'm targeting, guys I think you should consider fading. Plenty of information for you to go in, attack your draft, and come away with a solid foundation for any 10 or 12 team leagues that you may play in. Check it out. Now, on to today's topic, continuing to profile players ahead of the 2021 season and take a look at their potential fantasy outlook. Up today, 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk, the 2020 first-round pick, finished his rookie season with 60 catches, 748 yards, and 7 total touchdowns, despite some pretty bad quarterback play. Aiyuk proved himself to be a big-time playmaker, and it's got a lot of people in fantasy circles believing in him this year. He's regularly gone by the 5th round, maybe the 6th round of 10 or 12 team redrafts, but usually regularly by the 5th round. So he's being drafted as a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3, which brings us to our talking point. Should you draft him there? Those who aren't drafting Brandon Aiyuk will point to some of his production being a result of George Kittle and Deebo Samuel missing a lot of time to injury in 2020. If both Kittle and Deebo, or at the very least just Kittle, are able to play the full 2021 season, Aiyuk may not see as large of a target share in this offense. I am here to tell you, I have no problem with drafting Aiyuk at cost, either as a wide receiver 3 behind 2 higher end options at the position, or as a wide receiver 2 behind a robust running back strategy, which is what I often suggest in shallow redraft leagues, no matter your draft position. Aiyuk should be fine in either role. Why? Because he flashed big time. He is electric and he is dynamic in the open field. He's great on jet sweeps and screens at the line of scrimmage. He can make contested catches and he can go deep. He will line up all over the formation for San Francisco, and they will generate touches for him. Plus, don't be surprised if you see Aiyuk return some punts for San Francisco. He was an elite return man in college, and while I don't think he'll be the regular punt returner for San Francisco, he's a good bet to be back there. I would say in higher stakes situations when the team needs either a spark or a big play. He can do that. Ideally, you're not regularly putting a starting wide receiver, especially one as talented as Aiyuk, back on punts super frequently, but it's something he excels at. So a return touchdown or 2 would be icing on the cake for what should be a stat sheet stuffing season for Brandon Aiyuk. Say that 5 times fast. Yes, George Kittle remains the top target in the passing game for San Francisco. So it is high draft capital, the 5th round, for a player who is likely to be, at best, second in the pecking order for targets most weeks, and it could be 3rd with Deebo Samuel back in the mix. But this team had Nick Mullins as its quarterback for 8 games in 2020, and CJ Beathard for a few more. The quarterback play for the 49ers should be much improved in 2021. So even if Aiyuk doesn't see a monster target share, he shouldn't have a problem improving on his 2020 numbers simply through better and more efficient quarterback play. It can only go up for San Francisco. Aiyuk will also be used in the run game. He had 77 rushing yards. He had a rushing touchdown. Those numbers could easily be expanded upon. And he could have some upside in full PPR leagues if he has a few games collecting a lot of passes around the line of scrimmage. This is a dynamic player, a dynamic talent that could give you production in a multitude of ways. That is why I think he is perfectly fine as a 5th round pick. No issue with Aiyuk in the 5th round whatsoever. If you don't have a need at wide receiver and you end up passing on him in the 5th round, but he's there in the 6th, pounce. Just go get him. Don't worry about any team needs at that point. You'll have phenomenal depth in that situation. But again, the 5th round, just fine for a guy like Brandon Aiyuk. And of course, in dynasty leagues, you can just go ahead and pat yourself on the back if Brandon Aiyuk is on your rosters. You've been sipping a cocktail for the duration of this video, most likely. That's all I got on Brandon Aiyuk. What do you guys think? Put your thoughts in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. Till then, this is Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, producing fantasy content for you each and every day. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.